gone through lots of interviews in your journey. You have given a lot of interviews, you have taken a lot of interviews. What are some of the most important traits that you feel are necessary while going for an interview, or some natural things that you might possess which are very helpful? What do you see from your view that is important in an interview?
I think in an interview, first of all, depending on what role you are interviewing for, there are definitely the hard skills or the tech skills, what is relevant to that job, right? If you're a software engineer, you should understand programming, at least one language really, really good. Understand data structures, understand system design. So that's the obvious part, right? The other part that is super important is how self-aware you are. Like, are you vocally self-critical? Do you realize when you are wrong, and do you, take responsibility of the thing when you make a mistake? Second thing is, are you open to take feedback? Can you take others' ideas and help improve your own, or give feedback and help other make others' ideas better? This showcases that you are a team player and you are not somebody who lives in this world of foolhardy where I know everything and everybody else is a fool around me. You don't live in that fallacy, so that's important aspect. uh, the third thing is essentially how concisely can you articulate your thoughts, right? And can you distill information at the required level of depth for your audience? Like when you're talking to a peer of yours, the level of depth is different versus when you're talking to your manager versus you're talking to your director, to VP, to CEO of the company,
Right.
right? And the last thing I would say is how, like, what level of curiosity do you have? Are you, when you see something new, do you lean in and say, I want to learn? Or do you like, oh my God, what is this? I don't know. I don't know this, so I'm going to stay away. And so I think those are the few things which you can use to your advantage. And if not done right, could also become a disadvantage for you.
Yeah. Technical skills, but he is a team player. Candidate B is brilliant in tech. He knows what he does in coding, but he lacks communication or soft skills with the team. But he's a team player. So there are some traits like first of all is the coding skill. Next is the soft skills that you possess, the communication. Next is being a team player. Then another thing can be some social skills, like you have to be a social person in your team to thrive, to get a promotion or something like that. And maybe something like an emotional intelligence. So, what are the top traits if you would have to rank for a SDE?
Um, it's a challenging question. No matter what I say, it's going to be a wrong answer. But I'll give my point of view. Uh, the way I see it is, tech skills definitely will rank the highest because that's your core day-to-day job.
Right.
If you cannot execute your tasks, you might be very good at everything else, but you cannot deliver value. You cannot deliver on the main thing you are hired for, right? So I would rank tech skills at the top. I would say being a team player is next best because like any sport, like you follow cricket, you follow soccer, like you can't win a game if you're just a group of individuals.
Right.
You have to be a well-oiled machine, a high-performing team to be able to win a game,
Right.
right? So that's there. Then I will rank emotional intelligence, and I think this is very underrated and a very important skill. And the reason I say that is, once you start mastering this, and once you can not only control your own feelings, if you can try to see how, or try to feel how others are feeling, that can totally be a game changer for you in terms of how you react to the situations. Like one example I give you is, a lot of the times when somebody comes and talks to you about their problem, A lot of us have this instinct to jump in, try to solve their problem. Don't do that, right? If they're coming to you with a problem, doesn't mean they cannot solve the problem. They are just going through emotions. They might just need a ear to, just vent out to. They just might need a shoulder to cry onto. So sometimes, like I like to say, don't hear to, or don't listen to respond, listen to understand. Right? And that's a subtle difference, but that's a power of emotional intelligence. So I would rate emotional intelligence pretty high up there. And then it's like soft skills, social skills, whatever you call it, like how good you can articulate yourself, how good is your communication. But all those things are easier to improve versus everything else. Like you can enroll yourself in a communications course, and 4 weeks later you can come back with a significant improvement. But developing emotional intelligence takes years.